Welcome to Caracomp Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A few seconds of audio, it's all it takes now. Someone grabs a clip of your voice from a social media post, a work presentation, maybe a news interview, and an AI model can clone the way you sound with enough fidelity to fool the people who know you best. That fact alone should change how you think about every unexpected phone call you receive. But voice cloning is only one piece of what's happening right now. Modern AI fraud doesn't rely on a single trick. It stacks 3 layers together: a cloned voice, a deepfake video, and a carefully crafted phishing script into a coordinated attack designed so that each layer reinforces the others. If you catch one, the other 2 are already building your trust. According to multiple industry trackers, deepfake fraud incidents surged by 3,000% in 2024 alone. That's not a percentage increase you can wave away. That's a 30-fold explosion in a single year. And the targets aren't just Fortune 500 executives anymore. This has moved downstream to everyday people. So how does a 3-layer fraud actually work? And where does it break? Start with the cheapest layer: voice cloning. The barrier to pulling this off is not technical expertise. It's internet access. AI models available today, some of them free, can take just a few seconds of recorded speech and generate a convincing replica of that person's voice. It captures speech patterns, accent, even emotional tone. Attackers harvest those few seconds from places you'd never think twice about: a conference talk uploaded to YouTube, a voicemail greeting, a 30-second Instagram story. For an investigator reviewing a fraud case, this means the victim genuinely believed they were speaking with someone they knew. For the rest of us, it means anyone who's ever spoken publicly on the internet has already provided the raw material. Now stack the second layer on top: deepfake video. The attacker doesn't just call you, they video call you, showing a face that looks like the person you expect to see. And this is where something really important happens beneath the surface. Current deepfake generation methods struggle with one specific thing: keeping all the parts of a face emotionally consistent with each other. What does that mean in practice? A deepfake might show lips curled into a frown while the eyes are still smiling, or the forehead stays perfectly smooth while the mouth expresses surprise. According to peer-reviewed research published on ARX14, these interpart inconsistencies are statistically inevitable in current deepfake pipelines. The generation process essentially handles each facial region somewhat independently. It can make any single part look realistic, but it can't reliably coordinate the emotional signals across all of them at once. Your eyes won't catch this during a stressful, fast-moving video call. But a facial comparison tool that measures consistency between different regions of the face, frame by frame, can. That same RX5V research showed that detection models using extracted facial feature analysis achieved around 96% accuracy, compared to much lower rates when processing raw images without that targeted approach. So why don't people just pause and verify? That's where the third layer comes in: the phishing pretext. This is the psychological amplifier. The attacker doesn't just clone a voice and generate a face. They build a scenario dripping with urgency. A spoofed caller ID showing a familiar number. An AI-generated script that adapts in real time. A story that demands immediate action. A wire transfer, a password reset, an emergency authorization. Compared to old-school phone scams, deepfake vishing introduces something far more dangerous, a false sense of familiarity. You're not just hearing a stranger with a convincing pitch. You believe you're hearing your boss, your CFO, your parent. That manufactured trust overrides the skepticism you'd normally feel. And by the time the doubt creeps in, the transaction is already authorized. If that sounds unsettling, it should. But understanding why it works is exactly how you stop feeling powerless against it. Our brains are wired to trust two things above almost everything else: a familiar voice and a familiar face. That's not a flaw. That's hundreds of thousands of years of evolution keeping us connected to our communities. Under pressure, we default to those signals because they feel immediate and certain. Standard verification mechanisms, checking the caller ID, recognizing the voice, were designed for a world where those signals couldn't be manufactured. That world ended quietly, and most of us didn't get the memo. The three-layer stack exploits exactly this gap. Each layer covers for the weaknesses of the others. The voice sounds right, so you don't scrutinize the video. The video looks right, so you don't question the story. The story feels urgent, so you don't pause to verify through a separate channel. But a coordinated attack is actually a fragile attack. Not because any single layer is weak. Each one is disturbingly convincing on its own. It's fragile because each layer leaves traces the other two can't cover. The voice is perfect, but the video face can't keep its emotions straight across all its parts. The video looks real, but the pretext doesn't match known procedures. The caller ID checks out, but the call originates from the wrong geographic location. The more layers an attacker stacks, the more seams they create. So 3 things to carry with you. First, AI fraud now works as a system, not a single trick. Voice, video, and a pressure script reinforce each other so you never stop to question just one. Second, deepfake faces betray themselves through emotional mismatches between facial regions. Mismatches your eyes won't catch in real time, but comparison tools can. Third, the best defense isn't better instincts. It's a separate verification channel that doesn't depend on what you just heard or saw. Whether you investigate fraud for a living or you're just someone who picks up the phone when a familiar name lights up the screen, trusting your senses used to be enough. Now, trusting your process is what keeps you safe. The written version goes deeper. Links below.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, Caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.